Hello, hello, good evening, good evening. Hey, we're live and kicking. I hope you're well. It's Paul Connolly here. Hope you're all doing good. It's been a beautiful, beautiful day here in the UK. Wow, it's been a hot one, a scorcher, glorious, glorious day. Just had a beautiful day with the family. And yeah, just lapping up this wonderful weather, which we've got to make the most of it in the UK. We don't get it often. Hey guys, for those who are in the UK, I hope you're hearing that. But yeah, just thought I'd pop on. And yeah, if you're new to our page, welcome. Great to have you. I'm Paul Connolly. I'm married to Louisa Connolly, and we help home-based business owners to grow their businesses authentically using a clear step-by-step system to leverage social media in a very sort of organic way. But yeah, just hope you're all keeping well, as I say, and just wanted to come on because I've got something really important I wanted to share with you guys, an important piece of the puzzle, I shall say, that I wanted to share with you. And we're going to be talking about buying triggers. And how, by understanding buying triggers, you can short circuit the selling process, which is really, really critical if you're trying to grow your business online. So yeah, stick around for this. And if you want to know more, of course, please drop us a hashtag more info, and I will be happy to send you a link so we can get you into our Facebook community. And you can learn more about some of these strategies such as buying triggers and much more. But yeah, stick around for that at the end, and we can share some more information. So yeah, I'm going to be sharing with you, there's actually 9 key buying triggers, and I'm going to be sharing with you 3 of those key buying triggers. And once you know these and understand these, you can really start to help you close deals and move the conversation forward and get results, get those conversions online, which is what business is all about when we're trying to grow online, moving those conversations forward. So yeah, we're going to be going through the power of buying triggers, and I'm going to be sharing some information around breaking those down and what they actually mean to help you grow your business through your sales and through your recruitment. Hi Laura, hi Anne, hi Rachel, thanks for watching. So it's really important to listen, which sounds obvious, but from what I see online with a lot of people who are trying to build home-based businesses online, and I definitely see it in my inbox, and I'm sure people can agree with me here that there's a lot of people out there that aren't listening, and they're shooting off information left, right and centre, overwhelming people with realms and realms of information around their product, service and opportunity, and it just repels people because we're not actually listening to people and actually engaging in what their buying triggers are, which is critically important to help people to buy, because people buy with emotion. Okay, people don't buy with logic. People are sending their links, as I say, and you've got to remember, we're giving 2 of these and 1 of these for a reason. Okay, we need to be tuned in to our prospects. We really need to be listening to what their pains and what their needs and what their wants are, okay? Because do you know what? The top 2% of probably network marketers, home-based business builders are doing exactly this. Yeah, they understand the importance of buying triggers and how they can use that as a skill set to leverage their business online. So where do you want to be, that 2% or that other 98% that are just not tuned in and just ricocheting off information left, right and centre with all the research, all the articles, all the science. The reality is people aren't interested in that. Yeah, what we need to tap into is people's primal needs, okay, which for many people aren't being aren't delivered. They aren't fulfilling. Hi Joe, great, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, people aren't tuning in, aren't fulfilling these primal needs, and that's what we need to tap into. Okay, tap into these primal needs, and what this is so critical when you are trying to grow that business online. You know, how many of us in network marketing have been through that long process of messaging back and forth, follow-up calls, second messages? Yeah, okay, we've all been there, okay, we've all been there. It's a lot of hustle, it's gutting, you know, but the great thing is, if you actually develop a skill set in understanding buying triggers and how to implement them and utilize them, then you can eliminate all that stuff that I've just said, you know, all that hustling with messaging back and forth. Okay, we can implement these sales conversions in one simple conversation if we're very tuned into people's buying triggers. Because if you understand the psychology, you can start to collapse the time frames, you know, and it allows you to move your prospects forward in making a decision that's right for them and for their primal needs. Oh, you know, that so important. Okay, I'm going to have to repeat that. It's so critical for moving forward, and people aren't doing it. You know, as I say, you know, it's 2% are the ones who are making the most of this. They understand the psychology to collapse the time frames, allowing you to move your prospects forward in making a decision that is right for them and their primal needs. Okay, not just overloading them with information of products that have no relevance to them. They haven't asked for it, unwanted information. You know, we all get that. Hands up, I see that in my inbox a lot. You know, people forwarding me stuff that isn't connected with me. I haven't asked for it. So, buying triggers, what are they? Well, they're emotional events, okay, that trigger a buyer to have a clear need. Okay, they tap into their purpose. They have an urgency, and everyone has them. Okay. It's just about identifying them, okay? So it's our job to master the art of listening, because the only way we're going to tap into them is through the art of listening. We need to ask questions, but then we need to sit back and listen to what those are, because I promise you, in those conversations that you're having, which maybe you feel have gone nowhere, led to any sort of conversion, whether that's through your business, service, opportunity, I promise you, looking back in those conversations, if by asking the right questions, you will identify there will be buying triggers there, definitely buying triggers. And I will come on to 3 key buying triggers that we should be looking out for when we are engaging with our prospects. So, as I say, we have 2 of them. I wanted them for a reason. It's about the art form of listening. It's critically important to growing a business online, to understanding your business. It leads on from what I was saying before in my last live around, you know, the customer avatar. You know, this is the next step in that process, to skilling up, to understanding your customer avatar, your business avatar, and the buying triggers that is incorporated within that. Okay, so it's for you as a leader to help them evaluate their need and make a decision. Yeah. So, you know, you must remember, it's not our job to sell. Okay, it's not our job to sell, and I think people are forgetting that online. You know, it's too salesy. People get repelled. People switch off. Yeah, we should be focused on the prospect or the customer, their primal needs. We need to be serving them and finding a solution to that problem and identifying those buying triggers. Because, as I say, people buy with emotion. They don't buy with logic. They'll find objections, they will find logic. But in terms of that buying exchange, it's done with emotion. And I'm sure we can all think back to things that we've bought, maybe impulsive purchases as well. You know, we buy with emotion, you know, something that's connected with us. That's what triggers the buying. Okay, so I've just got a few notes here to keep on track. So, every time someone buys something or joins a business, they're looking for indicators. Yeah, they're looking for what, you know, in their subconscious or their consciousness to trigger whether or not they should buy or to join. Okay, once you've understood these specific needs, you must master then the buying triggers. It's important point to remember that, as I say, people don't buy using logic, they buy with emotion, which I've already said. So I'm going to move on and share with you 3 of the key buying triggers. As I say, there's 9 of them. I can't go through all of them now, but I'm going to pick out 3. And as I say, stick around if you want to know more and to connect in with our community, other people that are utilizing these buying triggers and understanding them, and you would like more detail around this, then stay with us and drop us a comment, hashtag more info in the comments below, and I'll be sure to get you into that community group so you can find out more. Because buying triggers are so powerful, okay? Whether you're an experienced network marketer, or a sales professional of 25 years, or you're just a brand a new person wet behind the ears, just got into network marketing or into an online business, affiliate marketer, who's maybe never sold anything in your life to date. By mastering buying triggers, you can begin to short circuit the sales process. That's massive. That's a massive thing. It's about time, collapsing those time frames. And if you've got these skill sets and strategies that can short circuit the sales process, so you can move that conversation forward and not all this back and forth, follow up, second messages. Well, you can get, connect with people, recruit them, sell product in a single conversation. That is very, 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 very powerful. So the first sort of buying trigger that I was going to talk about, number 1, is fear. Okay, we've all experienced this, okay? The fear, or FOMO, the fear of missing out, which is a very, very powerful emotion, and we've all experienced it from time to time. People, human instinct, we don't want to miss out. The fear of missing out, it can totally override any sort of logical thought, okay? Going back to that emotionally driven fear. So when you're on every call with your prospect, you need to listen out for that FOMO, the fear of missing out, and how that impacts their relationships, their health, their finance, their legacy, what is going on in their life that they fear that they're missing out on. So, for example, in terms of my fear, in terms of my buying trigger, I suppose, coming into network marketing was, if I was going to share my buying trigger, would be, was for my family. I was working, an unsociable job, long hours, long shifts, shift pattern, hours all over the place, and I got the fear of missing out on what significant moments with my family, my children, significant life events, family events. I didn't want to miss out with that anymore. It became really devastating to miss out on these things due to my current work lifestyle, and I wanted to change that. So again, if you were prospecting me, that would be a buying trigger for me. Establishing the fear, me in my current job can't continue in this because I'm missing out on significant things in my life, in my family, and then finding out the cause of it. So it was this job, I couldn't, I didn't want to carry on, and I wanted a different way of working, an alternative. So that would, for me, that was, a big trigger for me in terms of how I came into network marketing. And there's lots of other people out there doing exactly the same. Hi, Michael, Shana, thanks for tuning in. So fear, a big, big buying trigger. And again, those conversations you're having with your prospects, you need to listen out for it, okay? Because it will be there with many, many people. FOMO, the fear of missing out. Yeah, powerful motion overrides any sort of logical thought. Second one, value. So value as a buying trigger. On a call, it's our job to build that value case, okay? To show your prospects and customers. It's that cost equation is critically important. The staying where you are and what impact that's going to have if you continue to carry on doing what you're doing now, or by taking that step, by moving forward, by making those changes, and what that will get for you. So it's about people understanding that value, the value case, about staying where you are and by moving forward and what that brings you. So again, listen for the value triggers. Yeah, so for me, in terms of value trigger, again, a lot of people, will inundate you with, this feature, this benefit, this best company, these are the reasons. But, for me, it wasn't about that. The value for me was in the time, I could spend with my family, my young children, by, what I would get back by investing in this business. That was the value for me, the time factor. So, and again, impact, what you need to do is listen for that value trigger. You need to identify it and dig down deeper and look at how it impacts relationships, health, freedom, any area of life, okay? It's a big buying trigger, value. And so, ask questions and listen in to why, value may be one of their big buying triggers for why they might want to connect with your business, your opportunity, or your service. And the last one, instant gratification. So it's listening out for evidence of that in your prospect or your customer, okay? It's looking at their needs and their wants. Instant gratification is a desire to experience pleasure or fulfillment without delay or deferment. Okay, basically, it's when you want it. It's when you want it and you want it now. Okay, and there's a lot of people where instant gratification is a big deal for them, and I think for some people as well, we shouldn't disregard it. It can be a big primary buying trigger for people. Again, it's for me, I was very keen to leave my my job with the long hours, the unsociable hours, and I wanted to. I know it was a big deal for me, and that was where my instant gratification would come from. In terms of leaving that job behind and moving forward, and I suppose for me as well, there was a lot more I wanted to achieve in a business by growing a business for myself that I wasn't achieving in my current job. And there was a lot of goals that I had and financial goals I wanted to achieve, and there was about that instant gratification, and I was able to identify that in the business I wanted going forward. So again, listen out for the speech patterns. Suggest the prospects puts urgency on their getting specific results in an areas of and how that impacts their relationships, freedom, health, finance, or legacy. And once instant gratification trigger is identified, you must again isolate that trigger, dig down deep into it, and establish the cost of it. Okay, about getting away from what and get down to the whys. Yeah, why do people want to move forward? Why are they looking for this opportunity? So, those are 3 of 9 of the important buying triggers. There's obviously many more, which are very impactful and good to know. And by all means, if you want to know more about those and more detail around how you can implement the buying triggers going forward, then of course, drop us a comment. I'd love to know what you think of this. Hashtag more info, and we can get you into this private community group. Where we've got some great people, a great sense of community who are implementing these strategies that I've already shared with you, like the customer avatar and the buying triggers. And check out for tomorrow, I'm going to be moving on to another key skill set in terms of working with your prospects. And the big thing that comes next with buying triggers is overcoming those objections. We've all had them, okay? And there's some key objections in there, but it's the same ones that will keep coming. And if you know the systems and you know the processes and how to overcome them, they don't need to be an issue at all. And actually you're prepared to face those buying triggers, where for some of you, maybe you're thinking, here comes the objection, and this is where we get stumped. This is where the call goes stagnant and it doesn't move forward, and we're losing sales and we're losing recruitment over those objections that could be easily overcome. So tune in for that, and I'll be giving you some more detail about that tomorrow. So yeah, hope you found that useful. Buying triggers, critically important to understand going forward. Drop us a comment. I'd love to hear more from you around what you thought of that. But yeah, that's me done. All I'd say going forward is, I hope you found that useful. Hope you found that of value. Hopefully it resonated with where you are in your business at the moment. But yeah, I would just say rise up, be the best version of yourself, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care of yourself and speak soon. All the best.